Hi everyone. So this is Faiza Raza. Today we are going to cover the week 2 of e-marketing in e-business, BMM 6582. The objectives for the lecture is basically we will cover how to learn about e-models, to learn about SOSTAC, which is a model we'll discuss in detail, to learn about different types of e-models and their application. So starting with the lecture, there was an activity which was for the students. After watching this video, the students have to discuss what does they means by SOSTOC introduction, and then starting with in detail what is SOSTOC. So basically, S goes for situation analysis. Like the questions are, where are we now? The marketplace, SWOT analysis, customer analysis, who, why, how, and then the competitor analysis and competencies analysis, which is basically for brands. Then the market trends, and then the performance or results analysis, or like you can say it KPIs or 5S as well. Then O means like O refers to objectives. So again, the question is where do we want to be? So in here, we have to discuss we have to check the mission, vision, KPIs, and again the 5S, which is sell, serve, sizzle, speak, and save. So then going to S again, which is strategy. How do we get there? So which is basically like top side targeting and positioning. Objectives, and then partnerships we have to cover, then processes, then sequence, integration, tactical tools, and engagement. Then T is referring to tactics, like how exactly do we get there? So in more specific, like in more specific details, like the details of strategy, the marketing mix, the customers mix, the marketing mix, and then the tactical mix metrics, and what happened when like the Gantt chart kind of thing, then contact plan, and then contact plan, yeah. So then there comes like A, which refers to actions. So who does or what, when, and how. So then the details of tactics, like in more specific detail, like responsibilities and structure, systems and processes, then checklists and guidance, then internal marketing, then basically internal staff versus agencies which are involved, and these things. So finally, the C is basically referring to the control. So how do know we will get there? So how do we know we will get there? So who monitors what and when? Then usability testing or mystery shaping, kind of, then customer satisfaction surveys, and then frequency of reporting, and then report processing, what, if, how, when, so these kind of questions. So basically, if we talk about the 5S of digital marketing, which are basically like the first one is sell. So what are you going to sell? First thing, serve. What are you serving? Okay, then speak. You have to speak about your product. Sizzle. You have to like sizzle, and then save. So then objectives, we will talk about the objectives. Like again, the 5S is like sell, grow sales. You have to grow sales. Then serve. Serve means like what are you, like how are you creating value to your product? Okay. How are you branding your product? Then speak, get closer to the customers. So speak to them through advertisements, through different communication mediums. Save means like cost saving. You need to do like you can check for inexpensive options. Then sizzle, extend the brand online and reinforce the brand. So we have done a group tasks in the class. We have done like basically we took a look into a cafe, food manufacturer, fast food retailer, or whatever. We have taken a website. The students have to take a website and check their and check their options to identify what the brand website is doing to incorporate those 5S in framework. Okay. Then again, coming to segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So for e-business and e-marketing, how the segmentation works is like divide market into distinct groups of customers, segments using segmentation practices. Then targeting, so determine which customer group segment to focus your marketing efforts on. And then positioning, which is like basically create product positioning and marketing mix that is most likely to appeal to the selected audience. So there are some examples of STP, which is basically like as Monzo, which is completely an online bank. So how they are basically targeting their customers, how they are making segmentation of the customers. Then there are basically like Saffron Building Society, Metro Bank, Post Office, the Cooperative Bank. So these are some examples of STBP. So students have to take each of them and have to like talk or discuss on that how they are creating or how their STP works. SWOT analysis, which is very helpful for it is basically an internal analysis of the organization, which basically looks at the strengths, what they do good, what their strengths are, then what are the weaknesses and how they can turn the weaknesses into their opportunities and then threats. So here the organization, like for S, you can say like the existing brand is their strength, the existing customer base is their strength, and the existing distribution is basically the strength of the organization. Weakness could be brand perception, intermediary use, and then technology skills and external support. Opportunities can be cross-selling, new markets, new services, alliances, or co-branding. Threats could be customer services, customer choice, new entrants, new competitive products, or channel conflicts. Then how can the strengths and opportunities, strength and opportunity strategies, so which are basically leverage strengths to maximize opportunities, like attacking strategy. Then how the weaknesses and opportunities strategies work together is like basically counter weaknesses through exploiting opportunities is like building strengths for attacking strategy. And then how the strengths and threats work together is like strength and threat strategies are basically leverage strengths to minimize threats, which is basically a defensive strategy, and the build strengths for defensive strategy works with weaknesses and threats together. So again, coming to 10 C's of modern marketing. So what are the 10 C's of modern marketing is like customer centric, uh, like com like capable, committed, confidence, curious, creative, challenging, collaborative, connected. And these are all basically the 10 C's of modern marketing. 5 I's of online marketing are involvement, interaction, intimacy, influence, individual. Then 6 C's for online customers are basically content, customization, community, convenience, cost reduction, choice, and then information processing. Like the 5 stages of information processing are like exposure. Is your content present on the website for long enough to be processed? Or attention. Then the second part is attention. What physical factors are there, such as movement and intensity, that attract attention when visitors are on a website? Comprehension and perceptions are basically like this is a user's interpretation of the content. How well do they understand the on-page content? Yielding and acceptance is the information copy presented, accepted, or believed and trusted by the customers or not. Then retention is like what is the user's interpretation of the content? How well do they understand the on-page content? The technology acceptance model are basically like perceived usefulness, perceived ease of usefulness. They all like go through attitude, behavioral intention, and then ultimately system usage. Race, we have discussed. Then there are different categories or steps of race is like reach, act, convert, and engage. Then customer decision journey is like starting with the awareness of the product, familiarity with the product, and consideration stages like when actually instead of other alternative, the customer is considering that product to purchase. Then purchase is basically the trial stage, and then repurchase, which is the loyalty. Then four C's for marketing communications are basically consumer, what the consumers are, who the consumers are, what are their needs, what the product can solve our needs or not, the consumers' needs or not. Cost, what is the total cost of the ownership. Then convenience, what is the most convenient way for our customers to use a product. Then communication, how should we communicate with our customers. Then there come the honeycomb model, which is basically starting with the identification of your own company, then presence, then making the relationships, then building the reputation, creating groups, conversations, and then sharing your values. So that was some group tasks to do for after lecture activity. So that is it from my side. Thank you so much, and have a very nice go through of the reading.